Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I started yawning right in the middle of me turning the camera on. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And I am fully ensconced in the Decan Walk by Marlena Teresa. Started by Marlena Teresa's channel. That she's doing the Decan Walk. And the Decan is... Best way I can describe it is we have the first one is, and I don't even know what I did with the wheel or anything. Like I have nothing prepared except the spread I'm doing. The Decan wheel looks like this, or Decan wheel, and it's basically each sign of the zodiac is broken up into 3 quadrants, 3 10-day periods. So we're starting in Aries, so from March 21st to March 30th will be Aries 1. And I just realized yesterday, after watching her video a second time, because I'm like, wait, I missed something, that this is Aries 1, 2, and 3. And so with each of these, so this one's March 21st to March 30th. This one is March 31st to April 10th. This one is April 11th through 20th. Each one of these, Aries, the sign of Aries itself is ruled by Mars. And then each Decan, or Decan is what they're called, is ruled by a planet as well. So for the very first one we're starting out here, we're actually having double Mars energy. So we have Mars here that's ruled by in the first Decan, plus the fact that Aries itself is ruled by Mars. So I found a spread for every planet. I'm going to show you on my other phone that I pulled it up in Pinterest. So let me see here what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And I just pulled it off Pinterest, and it actually shows Aries is the zodiac sign. So I thought I would go ahead and do this because, I'm fully immersing myself in this whole thing. I've gone down the rabbit hole, as it were. I spent all yesterday contemplating the Emperor, and because Aries is tied to the Emperor, because the Two of Wands, see, I'm not prepared at all. Hold on. Okay, I'm still looking for the Two of Wands. It should have been right here with the Tower and the Emperor, but it wasn't, so I'm weirded out now. Where did you go? So I have not switched them since I put them all together. That's weird that it's not here now in my borderless Centennial. Let's see. Very weird, because the Tower and the Emperor were right there together. The two should have been right there together also, but it wasn't. So I'm trying to figure out where the heck it went. There's the 3. Oh my gosh. I don't know where it went. I literally put all these cards back together again the other day when I started the video for the Decan Walk, and it's not here. Why isn't it? It's literally not in the deck. That's weird. So let me look here, these extras. Nope. Then there's a book in here. Oh, it was still in the box. Wow. So we have the Two of Wands, which is, if we look at the Decan wheel or the Decan wheel, I've seen it called both ways. March 21st to March 30th, it is the Two of Wands. So that's tied to the first Decan or Decan with Mars. So the Two of Wands, Mars represents, or the Tower is representative of Mars. And because it's in the Aries sign, it is representative of the Emperor, which is how I'm looking at it. And so yesterday I went kind of down the rabbit hole of the Emperor and all the implications, and I'm probably going to do a whole video separate from that. But the Emperor, or Aries, is during all three quadrants or all three decans. So I kind of was like, I'll do the Mars one first because as soon as the 30th hits, we're going to be moving out of the double Mars because Mars is still relevant regardless because it's the ruling planet of Aries, period. But I decided to do this spread here because we're right now in double Mars energy, which I find from just my limited experience, Mars is a very chaotic, dark. To me, that's the first impression I get from when you say the word to me, Mars. I've not looked up anything on Mars. I have not really. I know it's the red planet, but to me, there's dark implications there, and very forceful. Just kind of roll over you kind of implications to me. And then the next one is going to be the sun here, which I'm already starting to pick up and remember some of these signs. So this deck and walk is working. But so I thought because we're going to be in the Emperor for all three decans or deacons that I can do that Emperor one anytime I want, anytime in the next 30 days. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Mars one now. And the deck that I just had it. And I just talked about this deck. I have the mini here. It's by Low Scare Barrel. It's the Night Sun Tarot. This to me completely embodies what I think of as Mars. And actually when I was doing my walkthrough of this deck, sorry, I had to take a drink. I'm like really parched all of a sudden. Last probably half hour, I've got like really parched. My walkthrough of this deck, I actually say it's just like that movie Ice Cube was in, Ghost of Mars. This deck reminds me of that. So that is the deck I decided to use for this spread. There's 5 cards. And without further ado, because I feel like I've just rambled on and on and on and on, we're going to get into it. So the first question is, how can I invite more courage and strength into my life? And I pulled the 10 of Cups. And this is more of a pip deck as well. And I think, from what I've been told, it's more of a thoughty kind of deck as well. And I was going to put this in my video I did of the starting of the deck and walk, but I completely forgot about it. I also was going to use my herbal. I am also trying to use my herbal astrology oracle deck, which I don't have it out here, but I didn't mention it in the video. I don't know why. I just completely forgot about it. But here we have the 10 of Cups, and I see the 10 of Cups is spending time with family, engaging with family, being more receptive to get-togethers and things like that. And we are entering spring. I mean, we just entered spring. And there's going to be more maybe picnics and quality time outdoors with family. And I see that as a prime time to kind of just, like, even after staying inside all winter, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Regrouping with your family members that you don't see all the time, maybe. Sorry, I had to pause it with my dog again because she was outside barking. So that makes total sense for me because since January started, I went and started a second job. I've been more cooped up when it's really cold out. I've not even done the second job. Just kind of hermiting to myself. So that makes sense for how can I invite more courage and strength into my life is to be around those that give you that strength. Be around those that give you that courage to embark on new opportunities and new ideas. And that boils down to being with family. Because regardless, they're always going to tell you, because no matter what, family's going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you what works and what doesn't work for new things you're embarking on, things like that. So I found that quite interesting and makes total sense to me. I didn't pull out the book on this. I don't know why. We're going to pull it out and maybe look at it here. So for question 2, I have, how can I positively take charge of my passions and desires? And I got the King of Cups. And I've gotten him quite a bit this year. And already I've got, of course, 2 cup cards. Because no matter what, it always boils down to show your emotions, show that vulnerable side that I rarely show to people. It says, how can I possibly take charge of my passions and desires? So, and again, I hear connecting head and heart, because that's always the theme of my life. I'm always in my head, but I need to open up the heart more. And that is to me, the King of Cups is the epitome of that balance of head and heart. And so I feel like I'm being called out a little bit. And for such a seemingly dark deck, it's very mild so far. So that's interesting. Although he does look like he's in some sci-fi new age movie that I've seen. Interesting. So yeah, that's quite interesting. And then number 3, how can I rely on and trust my natural instincts more? Page of Swords. Let's look at him first. I do feel like this deck is very otherworldly. And look, there's a, looks like the partial bit of the Tree of Life back there. The Hermetic, which I don't know nothing about. I might be just spewing crap right now. But that's quite interesting. He's got a sword by his side. He's ready for whatever. And it's almost like he's been caught. Like somebody just found him or caught him doing something almost. And he's got he looks almost like a kid that doesn't have, see, this is why I feel like this is a very otherworldly. I almost feel like he's staring back at me like, oh, she just found me. And it kind of gives me a creep factor vibe for this deck. This deck gives me a very creepy creep factor. And it's funny because even with it being swords, it's still blue to match the other 2 cards. Everything is blue. Despite the fact that Mars is a red planet, nothing in this deck is red so far. I found that quite interesting. But to me, the Page of Swords is, he's not quite a man. He's not quite, it's somebody that, is very learned, book smart, and they're trying to apply that. But they're at this younger age where nobody yet takes them seriously. So I found that quite interesting. And what was the question again? Question was, how can I rely and trust on my natural instincts more? And I feel like that is totally what I'm explaining is he knows what's going on. But the rest of the world is like, nah, you're too young for this. Or you're not knowledgeable enough for this. And he's just like, you know what? Forget you. I'm going to do me. And that's what I totally need to, again, this deck's calling me out. So number 4, how can I use the energy of Mars more productively? Look, again, a blue card, and it's the 2 of Cups. They're all cups and swords. Again, connect head and heart, and I feel that totally in here. With the 2 of Cups, it's kind of like the Lovers, where it's a lover card. But I always see the 2 of Cups and the Lovers card as self-reflection, self-awareness. Become aware of the damage you're doing to self, or the things that you are capable of as self. And so I find that quite interesting. And we got a heart in the middle here. Just that kind of gives me chills because it's going back to what I'm saying here with this connecting head and heart. It's always a theme of my life. So makes sense that it would show up here. So number 5, guidance message from Mars. And we have the 6 of Cups. They're all freaking cups except for the sword in the middle. That's crazy. Because before I did this video, I did do a meditation. I did shuffle the deck, and then I drew the cards and didn't look at them. And then I got on camera. So just the fact that they're all cups. And I think part of that is, yeah, the 6 of Cups. That one kind of gives me a little bit of creep vibe because there's almost like there's somebody behind her watching her. It doesn't give me the same vibes it does with the traditional Six of Cups because is it the six? Yeah, the traditional Six of Cups to me. Hold on 1 second. So yeah, the six. Usually, it's kids people reminiscing about their childhood. And this says guidance message from Mars is maybe with Mars being in Aries, it's time to take a look at those memories that I refuse to look at. And this is that time frame to heal them. Because we're in that double Mars energy, it's like this is the moment. This is the time to go back through your history, your time frame and heal what's been broken. Wow, that just gave me full body chills. Crazy. So let's go through real quick and see what the Ten of Cups says in the book. And again, it's a low scare barrel. It's a tiny, and I can barely read that. Craziness. Six of Chalices. Or the Ten of Cups. Ten of Chalices in here. Mars in Pisces. Safety, harmony, home, warmth, indecision. Or wrath and indecision. I can see that, but I see it as a comfort zone. What was the question again? How can I invite more courage and strength into my life is, sticking with the people that, give you that strength and that courage, that spending more time with those that allow you to be who you are. That's beautiful. So number 2 was, how can I positively take charge of my passions and desires? And we got the King of Cups. King. Air, water. And it's funny, but it's air, water, because the next one is an air. Resolution, calm, comfort, fraud, and corruption are the 2 negatives. So, interesting. And we got question 3. How can I rely on and trust my natural instincts more? And we got the Swords. What was it? Page of Swords. It's up here. Earth, air. Perseverance, observation, prudence, hesitation, unforeseen events. Interesting. So for the 2 of Cups, how can I see the energy of Mars more productively? Venus and Cancer. Wow. Gestation, ties. And again, we're going back to the 10 of Cups here. Family ties, maybe. Passion, jealous, or betrayal. Interesting. So then we have the 6 of Cups for the guidance message from Mars. And that is the Sun in Scorpio. Memories, renewal, the past, solitude, and doubts. Interesting. So that's getting to know Mars a little bit, I think. It's not as... And I think it's funny because this is the deck I was like, oh my God, this is totally like the Ghost of Mars. Kind of, it was creepy. Really creeped me out. This is like the perfect spread, and it's like this deck knew. This is the perfect spread to get me a little bit more like, oh, this deck may not be so bad. Because it's all blue, and it's all like this calm, just sweet energy. And I love that. And so, like I said with that question, the one is, how can I use the energy of Mars more productively? Maybe it's like, this is your time to let go of things and realize that Mars isn't that bad of a planet. If it's in there. Because everybody's all, oh, it's the war, planet of war, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not getting that at all here. I'm getting this really calm. And maybe that's what the double Mars is for me. In this Decan. So I just found that interesting. I will ask Marlena Tracy if I can go ahead and post this on the Boho Tarot Facebook page, and if or Dawn Michelle, because it's Dawn Michelle's site that she's our Facebook group she's using. But I'll ask the ladies if I can go ahead and post this as well. I thought it would be neat to go ahead and add this as kind of another spread if you wanted to do just energy with Mars. And I wanted to, like I said, I'm ensconcing myself in all of the energies. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.